was going a little crazy that day. But we made an award-winning film, which almost made him cry during one scene.
Yeah,
we made our actor cry for 3 minutes long. At the end of it, he said the 3 who raise their hands come up, all in all $50 for us. And I think that is the best way, the best story to add into this episode, because the one thing that we did, Patrick, initiative.
Bro, it's really just these small, minor things that are pulling you back, and simply just starting, like Nike, just do it. Really, could literally
just change your whole life. So cliche, but
cliches are cliches for a reason.
Cliches are cliches for a reason. That's, oh my God. So, SMHS Wisdom.
Hey, welcome to SMHS Wisdom. First episode,
SMHS.
The start of something big, man.
Something so big.
Big.
So, the title, obviously what we
today is, putting yourself out there.
Putting yourself out there. That's the most crucial step. And there's a lot that we've done in our lives where we had to take that first initiative, right?
Yeah.
So we have many stories of taking initiative and whatnot, and we're gonna tell a lot of those going on later on in the podcast and whatnot. And this podcast is gonna be a mixture of many things, many different hobbies that we have. Some days we might talk about something that happened, pop culture reference, or we're gonna talk about a book review. We're gonna do many different things on this podcast. So Patrick, you go ahead and introduce yourself formally first, and then I'll take it from there, and we'll go from there, whatever, Patrick.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, my name is Patrick. I'm a junior here at Stone Mountain High School, and I'm president of the programming club. I'm co-president of the Youth Alive Christian Club, member of the science club, filmmaker, entrepreneur.
Tell them.
many hats. We wear many hats already.
So many hats.
So many hats, and now we're starting this podcast and trying to create something great and to show like a positive light to Stone Mountain, not let the darkness overshine the light. And we just want to spread wisdom out there, because I feel like
have fun with it.
Yeah, also having fun with it, right?
There's a big part of stuff when you obviously know when work starts to feel like work. That's when it actually becomes work. You feel me? Like, what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say. Actually, no, what I'm trying to say is, if your work doesn't feel like work, then you're gonna be, more wanting to do it, right? And the quote you always like to talk about is what? The man who enjoys the journey.
The man who enjoys, bro. The journey is better than the destination. Bro.
Way better than destination.
Way better.
But you have to enjoy the journey though, to get farther to the destination, man. So I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Saad Vanjaria. I am. I don't know, man. many things. SJ president, science club president, community service chair, award-winning filmmaker, director. So do I just blaze myself this entire episode?
Yeah, this whole time. Just list all your achievements.
All right, boom. Put the other list down. So
right there.
What I say? I say I'm an FBLA. I said I'm an international club. I said I'm on the student council. I talked with the little higher ups. I guess you could say, you feel me? A bunch of different things, man. I think the list keeps going on. SGA. AP Pre-Cal, we're gonna get a core for that. That's the only reason I mentioned that.
Bro, this dude mentioning his classes, bro, just glazing himself right now.
What's the club?
I think that's enough, bro.
I'm in his club.
I think that's enough, bro.
Yo, what's
Programming club? Yeah.
That's my favorite club.
Bro, alright. Now it's not glazing yourself, and let's really get to,
the topic of the video,
which is
of the podcast,
of the podcast, yeah. Which is really putting yourself out there. And
every single thing that we just listed, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
every single thing that we just listed has to do with taking initiative and taking the first step. And what's actually so funny about this whole entire thing is that, I love our manager in the background. He's funny right now, manager. Y'all can see him.
All right.
This guy's a joke. This guy's a joke. Yo, so hey, look. Here's what happens. We win the film festival. We won 2 awards, right? And here's what happens, man. What he do? He called his friends up. Our manager, our manager and our teacher. What he do? He called his friends up. Man, these jokes want something. Finally, man. Yeah, but no, you got to keep yourself around people who are just amazing, man. Who have such a certain light and a bright light. Because that's another topic we're going to talk about, is how your environment shapes you, and the people that you surround yourself with is ultimately the type of people that you're going to become. So if you surround yourself with people who make that impossible seem possible, then you're gonna be out there outside that box, right? Whereas if you surround yourself with people who are like, man, you can't do that, bro. What you mean you gonna win a film fest? This is your first year. Like, man, you saw that school? You feel me?
Real talk.
So
we came just right off the bat. You know, I remember like, what was this, like the first few weeks of school when we find out, oh, there's gonna be a DeKalb County Film Festival. Mind you, we've never done like a big film before, a formal film.
Made content.
But we made content, but we never like, you know, fully like went to that level, and we was like, oh yeah, we gonna win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just because the mindset. And the thing is, everything that we've listed that we've done, and all the things that he's listed that you know he's done, all started from, you know, just putting himself out there and really being able to get out your comfort zone. And the reason why I wanted that to be the first title is because this is the start of a new initiative. This is the start of something new, you know, something that can possibly grow bigger for not just us two, you know, because all the things that we do aren't just for us. You know, we do that for all the rest of the students here at Stone Mountain High School. And about taking initiative and putting yourself out there, you know.
So the first story I was gonna tell, and it piggybacks right off what Patrick was saying, is the first ever club I joined was one that you started.
Yeah.
So tell them a little bit about that. And it's something I call my 3-7, my 3-8.
Yeah.
So I can't even count. I lose track now how many things I'm in. But started off because you're the first club I ever joined.
Yeah.
And it meant a lot to me.
Yeah. So I remember coming to Stone Mountain High School, you know, freshman year, because I've been in Stone Mountain High School since freshman year, and I went to Stone Mountain Middle School, you know, even went to literally the elementary school down the street. So I basically grew up here, right? And I came to high school expecting, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I expected more opportunities than I have seen there. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities, but when I came in, they weren't any clubs that I wanted to join at the time. Science Club wasn't really around at the time. There wasn't any. It came after. Yeah, and I remember freshman year, I didn't do any school-related activities because there was nothing there for me. And to me, at the time, I felt like everything, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. They just feel like everything should just be there already. But once you realize that stuff just aren't, you know, just put there in front of your face, you know. This one analogy that I like to use is when it comes to life giving you lemons. Fun fact, life never gave us lemons. Life never gives you lemons. We made the lemons. They're artificially made, right?
Exactly.
So once you realize, you know, that you've had enough of waiting for the opportunity to come at hand, waiting for the perfect time, it comes a time when you have to go out of your comfort zone and start your own thing and go on this own journey. So sophomore year, I came into the school with the mindset that I don't care what anyone else has going on. I don't care about, you know, all this status quo, all the stuff that has already been there before me. I want to create my own thing, and I want to start my own initiative. So I started a club with a friend, Joshua, and so we started a programming club.
But his lore is like the Batman lore, man. That's going to be on later on. But keep going.
But yeah, so we started a programming club, and this was a club, you know, that first club I've ever started, right? The first big thing leadership role that I've ever taken for real. And you know, it was very interesting start. I invited my friends, Saad, that's around the time I met Saad, and a bunch of other people joined the programming club, and just taking that initiative taught me a lot about getting out my comfort zone. And sort of when you gain new experiences, you find out a lot more about yourself, how you act in certain situations. And also, not even a couple months later, I started another club, the Youth Alive Christian Club. And from then, it was like, it was sort of like the domino effect, you know, like the snowball effect. Everything just started accumulating. I started doing more stuff. I started participating in more clubs, and I just started putting myself out there. And really, putting yourself out there doesn't necessarily mean having to do something big, having to start something completely huge, small steps. And I remember, like, the biggest way that you could the smallest way that makes a big impact of putting yourself out there is simply by talking to people. I remember meeting Saad here the first day we met.
Let me tell you, man.
Let him know.
When I saw this guy, I thought he was a bot. I think he's lying.
Let him know.
I remember I saw this guy, he walks in, little Snoopy on his shirt. Every time I see that sweatshirt now, I just think of, And that day, Miss Highly class.
Miss Highly class, yeah.
It was a very phenomenal day, man. I remember he walked in, and our first conversation had to do with, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but
I remember, but before the bell ring, was starting to talk about religion, but we never got to there.
Yeah.
And then we left, and then when we came back,
I'll start with religion, bro.
The first thing we talked about when we were together in the group was science. With science and our
we were all
interest
so
in,
passionate about science. We're all STEM kids. All
STEM kids. And your interest in aerospace and, you know, interest in reading books, and us too, connecting with each other, you know, expressing ourselves and expressing our interests led us to starting big things together. We done made movies together. We done so much together. You know, I've given you opportunities, and you've also given me many opportunities. And that's just the small step of putting yourself out there. And like, remember that one speaker that came here in this room, actually. He came here.
You know we gotta tell that story.
Bro,
we gotta tell that story,
bro. Yeah,
right now.
Because I feel like that's because what he was trying to teach us, the importance of putting yourself out there. That's, bro.
And we got rewarded.
We got rewarded in the end.
Yo, keep on.
All right, so he's actually really the reason why I wanted to do this episode specifically, because he came in and he was like, he asked a question. Raise your hand if all your teachers know what you want to become. Raise your hand if all your teachers, if they have an opportunity,
they know to come to you.
They know to come to you. You're the exact person. Hey, Saad, you know, I have this new program.
Your aerospace program.
New aerospace program, and I know this is what you're into.
Exactly.
So come on,
he's a law intern.
And
so,
bro,
you can talk about that. That's so many stories he got from that law internship. So if the teacher's like, yo, Patrick, I know you like law.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me? So,
and so many, bro. I feel like we were one of the few only people that
we were the only two.
We were the two.
No, 3 people. I think.
It was 3 people.
It was CC.
Yeah, it was
one of our actors.
One of our actors, right? For our film.
It was me and it was Patrick.
Exactly. So yeah, we raised our hands and we talked about the importance of taking initiative and putting yourself out there and letting people know what it is that you want to become. And that's very huge lesson that you can learn, because one very important big thing is not knowing how one person can really affect your whole life. I remember freshman year, I came in, like I said, didn't have any opportunities, but I met this one great teacher, right? Miss Battle. She's actually
doing something right now. We just came from a program.
We just came from a program where like she was giving us more opportunities. But I remember freshman year, you know, met Miss Battle. She was actually the teacher that took initiative to learn more about us. You feel me? And she was telling us, she was asking us, you know, what is it that you want to become? What are the programs that you want to explore? And she ended up giving me, hooking me up with an opportunity for a law program at GSU, and at one of the biggest this law program was sponsored by one of the biggest law firms in Atlanta, which is huge, right? And so just simply getting to know my teacher and her giving me this opportunity changed my whole life. Through that law program, I managed to find my purpose, my calling in life, just through one opportunity. Because like you said, surrounding yourself by like-minded people and by people who lift you up. At that law program, I found just that, and that's why we wanted to, you know, start off with putting yourself out there. I want you to talk about.
You know what's so crazy? The story I'm gonna tell, it literally piggybacks off of your environment and everything. He knows the story. He knows specifically when I got my calling to acting. I think he knows specifically. So, it was on a trip to Trilla Studios. See, the thing about this guy, me and him, we're basically the same people. You know what I mean? So here's what happened. We get this field trip to Trilla Studios, and we go to where Marvel was filmed, we go to where The Walking Dead was filmed, we go to where Stranger Things was filmed, we go to where the exact field, you guys, everyone knows the run from when Black Panther and Thanos and everybody's fighting. We stepped on that field, so we're basically we basically one of Thanos' soldiers now. Yeah, bro. Basically, right?
We done made it in life.
We done made it in life, exactly. So I remember stepping on that field, and the first thing I said, and the person who was riding the cart heard me, and I know you heard me as well. Yeah. I said, man, I ain't doing engineering. I said, man, I'm not doing engineering. But here's the thing, though. I remember my aunt telling me a story about different actors and whatnot, because obviously, you know, your elders know, elders know more than you.
Yeah,
like from you know, they know there might be a little bit more wise. They might know a little bit more about people, right? So I'm always peeping different games, right? So she told me one thing, because she knows I want to be an actor. She said, be an actor, but don't be a one-trick pony of an actor.
right? You go to different actors. She said this actor might not know how to dance, so they're gonna have to bring in this guy. This guy might not know how to sing well, so they're bringing this guy, that guy, right? This guy might not have a degree, so he can't play this role because he's not gonna know a lot about it. But if it was somebody who had that degree, then they know more about that role. That's how acting works. Acting is getting into character. You know what I mean? And you have to become one with that character. You know? So she told me, get that engineering degree, but also pursue acting at the same time. Because what if engineering doesn't work out, or what if acting doesn't work out? Then you always have those two different paths. So my story is simply when I stepped foot onto that field. And one thing Patrick won't say about that one story he was telling, when we all three of us raised our hands, we won like $50 at the end of that. $50. All of us won $50 at the end of that. So the guy tells us, he's like, yo, if you think you're like this, if you think if the teacher had an opportunity, they'd be able to come to you and they'd be able to say, no, this guy, he's the one getting the opportunity. At the end of it, he said the three who raised their hands come up, all of them have $50 for us. And I think that is the best way, the best story to add into this episode, because the one thing that we did, Patrick, initiative. That's the thing that got us $50. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story about how I got $200 next time, another episode. I got $200
because I wasn't there that day.
He wasn't there, but I got $200 a month later. So I made $250 just by talking. And this film fest, oh my God, so we have so many stories. You know this. What did I say about Flowers of Hope?
Bro, I was gonna mention this.
What did I say about
you talking
Flowers of
about before we started filming?
Before we started production of Flowers of Hope.
Before we started production, man. And this is a prime reason why you should surround yourself by people who uplift you, right? I don't know if you're gonna say what I'm gonna say, but this man was like. So before we started filming really late because we're
very late. We had 1 week notice.
Yeah, 1 week, bro. We're procrastinators. Let's be real.
Production done. Yeah. Editing,
everything a week, right? And so Saad was like, bro, looking at all this stuff, man. I don't think we're gonna get this done, bro. Had to smack him out of it. Bro, come on, bro. We got this. We got a week. We're gonna do this today. We're gonna do this the next day, and we're gonna do that. And
what happened? And in 1 week, we made an award-winning film. In 1 week. So what would have happened if we didn't make that film because you listened to me? And that's why you have to keep your people in check. That's why you have to keep your people. Yeah,
we're talking.
Look, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I was doing that day. I was going a little crazy that day. But we made an award-winning film. Which almost made him cry during one scene.
Yeah,
we made our actor cry for 3 minutes long.
Now I almost cried.
I almost cried that day.
Because it was very emotional.
And I'm there, and I'm like, yo, let's wrap this up. And then Mr. Mama, our teacher,
name drop. Alright, go ahead.
Our teacher's in the background, and I'm asking him like, wrap it up. He's like, this is good. This is amazing, bro.
Life of being directed.
We made this. The life of being directed. We made this girl cry for 3 minutes straight on camera. It's all his fault.
Hey, but we made a great movie out of it, and
we stayed up for hours,
you know, dedication, just about, bro. Because honestly, if we're speaking truthfully, right, when it comes to putting yourself out there, you probably wouldn't have found your calling in acting if you didn't put yourself out there and take that initiative to start like filming and recording. I think everyone has something that they can see themselves doing just a little bit, but they don't know if they're gonna really like take it that far. They think it's just like, let's say you sing, but you don't know if that's what you want to passion, you know. Maybe, and usually the things that are pulling them back are just really circumstantial
family,
bro. It's really just these small, minor things that are pulling you back. And simply just starting, you know, like Nike, just do it. Really, could literally
just change your whole life.
So cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason.
Cliches for a reason. That's, oh my God, that's the best thing
they work.
The thing is though, Patrick, about like taking initiative and whatnot is so easily said, but we literally felt it. We literally accomplished something a week ago when we got those awards for our film. And that all came from what? Those cliches of if you do it, then you'll get it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's literally what we did. And that was all the initiative.
What was that one quote I told you when we were walking home one day? I said, no, not that quote. Not that quote. One quote.
Always saying quotes, man.
Bro, I love quotes.
This guy owned a whole bunch of t-shirts with all his quotes on it. Like, ego.
So there's one quote that Joshua told me. Remember that quote? He was like, one person says
one man says he can do it,
the
other man says he can't,
and they're both right. They're both right.
Both of them are right.
And both of us, when it comes to that film, we were both right.
Both right.
But
Because we knew we could do it. Except that 1 week when I slipped up. But we don't talk about that. We don't like to talk about that. We just won the award now.
won the award.
We just won the award.
Just because we believe in ourselves and take
Exactly.
that initiative.
And that's
to
all
take that
it
next
takes.
step.
All you need is you. If you want to start something, all you need is you.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple as that. You got an iPhone, man. Your iPhone can make or break you. Oh my! Tell that study that you saw, 1950s. They were trying to find a way to get constant.
Oh yeah. I saw the study, bro. It's so crazy. I was watching the
Take your phone as a problem.
and so this man was like, "What if you had a device, a button that you could press that would give you instant dopamine, that could give you instant like attraction, you get that satisfaction that you need every single time. Every single time you press that button, you get a shock. You get more addicted to it." And the man who was doing this study in college, you know, his professor was running it, and the student was like, "No, this is crazy. This is something that can never happen before. That can never happen, you know." But you open up Instagram, you open up TikTok, and it's literally what it is. You instant
So
scroll,
50,
instant
80 years later,
gratification.
we got exactly what they were talking about back then.
Exactly. What they were scared of, and that's really what stops people from putting themselves out there, because they don't get that instant gratification.
Because this takes a lot of time.
a lot of dedication. Like, you don't see the immediate
The progress
results
at all.
You don't see the progress until it's completed. And yeah, like, but the difference between stuff that are like more, you know, stuff that are more easier, stuff that are more comfortable, like watching a movie. You can finish a movie in 2 hours.
2 hours.
You get that. You can get an instant gratification from an Instagram reel in less than 2 minutes, in a minute, 30 seconds, literally, and just all the things that we would possibly like give us that gratification is on our phones.
Yeah.
And I think it takes one thing that I really learned. It takes cutting out that distraction to commit. You know, I was watching this one podcast, and the man, Alex Hormozy, he said, commitment, right? A lot of people misunderstand commitment. Commitment means eliminating the alternatives. So you can't commit, for example, you can't commit to a marriage until you eliminate the alternative of dating someone else, of being with someone else, right? And when it comes to everything else, when it comes to filming, we can't commit to filming until we eliminate the alternatives, which are the distractions that are keeping us from recording, the doubt that are keeping us from actually getting the film done, the doubt that's keeping us from getting that film done, and anything that you want to, you know, do great and become a, you know, big person at, you should commit to it. You know, take that first step and eliminate the alternatives, which means eliminate the distractions that are keeping you from reaching the goals. And those distractions come in many shapes and forms, right? And that could be people. That could literally be people. A lot of times there's people, you know, I see a lot of people at this school specifically who could do very much great things, but they're being held back by the people that they keep around them, because the people that they keep around them, they've never seen anyone do anything great. So to them, no one can do anything great. Nah, bro, you can only do great if you were born rich, or if you were, you know, you just gotta be someone completely
smart. You just gotta have the people right around you.
Yeah. So it really takes you cutting out the distraction and being able to have that sort of poise, and being able to have that courage to change. That's really what it is, to change and to make initiative, because that's what it takes. It's courage. A lot of times it's fear that's holding us back, and it's doubt. But, you know, just taking that first step, which is what we're doing with this podcast, the first time of us really fully sitting down and talking for this long, because we
always have these conversations. It's just about putting them on, and this is something that one of our mentors talk about all the time. You do a lot of stuff for free, but you can put it out there and it can help people, benefit people. It can inspire a whole bunch of different people. This podcast might reach somebody who's been wanting to hear something like this for a long time. So you can literally make money doing different things. A lot of people are into fashion. A lot of people are into just being really good at being in front of the camera, but they don't put that talent out there. Why? Because they're scared. They're like, I don't know, maybe somebody might think this way about me. We would have never made it that far. We would have never had 2 award-winning films if we never put ourselves in front of that camera.
You know, there's this joke, you know, that every after after one good conversation, every friend group wants to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
But
yo,
here's the
LSD,
thing,
let's
though.
start a
Here's the
podcast.
thing, though. We never say that. Why? Because all our conversations are at the level of just that. All of our conversations are at the level of that. We rarely have moments where we're like, yo, bro, I never peeped that.
Yeah.
You know, like we peep different things. Of course, I'm continuously learning from him. But all the concepts, all the revolution is around one thing, and that's just growing yourself as a person, and just becoming better and inspiring and helping others. So, we've been wanting to do something where we just talk in front of the camera, inspire others.
Yeah, and most people do, but they don't do it. They don't end up doing it and taking that initiative. Exactly. So I'll be, hey, if you want to start a podcast like us, bro, go ahead. If you want to come on the podcast, this is Smhswisdom.
Check it.
And
Manager. What do you think about the sound, manager? Good. Oh, telling us to wrap up, guys.
he's telling us to continue.
Continue.
It's too good. It's too
What you
good.
think? He loves hearing this.
He loves hearing
Guys,
that.
you want to come on, manager?
Nah, manager said no. He said
He said no. Another time. But if you want to be, on Smhswisdom, and if you have something that you would like to
something
tell
valuable that you just want to tell the people.
you could come on. We're gonna have teachers on here. We're gonna have faculty.
The episodes will get longer, and then eventually they'll reach hours, and then each episode will be standardized to about an hour, 50 minutes. So, Smhswisdom.
That's a wrap.
That's the best.
That's
the best
right.
one.
Hey.
Yeah.
And get wise, man.
Wise.